Actually start this.
Yeah, especially now, right? You know, having that stuff for people out there. All right, let's go ahead and start our day on off. We're gonna pull ourselves up nice and tall. So once you're there, you're gonna go ahead, lift. Actually, go ahead and suck your belly in for a moment. If you get into the candy, chocolates, whatever it was, go ahead and suck your belly in for a moment. Let yourself grow a little bit taller as you do so, noticing how you do so. And then I want you to stop sucking in, but keep all that height, keep all that length. And rather than sucking your stomach in, you're actually engaging your core, engaging all around your spine, feeling yourself fully supported, lifting yourself higher and higher. Now lift your chin on up a little bit more, lift your eyes on up, make them wide and expansive. Remember, the quickest, easiest way to get out of any kind of state of stress, anxiety, expand your vision. Literally, you're flooding your neural cortex with information. I mean, you see that there's a heck of a lot more than all the crap, right? You get to look at all the good things, all those wonderful things. And as you actually experience that now, I want you to think about 3 things that you're grateful for. 3 things that bring a smile to your face, joy to your heart, make everything worthwhile. Hear those words over and over again. And I hope it actually makes it easier and easier for those things that come to your mind. Really allow yourself to appreciate all the real beauty that we're surrounded by. Well, remembering thinking about that now, let's go and bring ourselves to our mats. We'll dive on in.
Yeah, let's switch it.
Nice ambiance. Fantastic. Go ahead and pull yourself up nice and tall. Same position you were just a moment ago. Allowing yourself to find that position easier and easier each and every time. Pulling yourself up nice and tall. Allowing yourself once again to lift your torso on up. Chin on up, expand that vision, eyes closed open. It doesn't make a difference. It still works. You still get to feel good. As you do that now, let's begin bringing our head forward and back. Now as you do so, I want you to focus right there on the front of your throat and use that as your axis. Use that as the tipping point. Let's go ahead and bring your head straight on up, keeping that chin slightly elevated. Let's go ahead and bring that ear off to one side and the other. Find yourself growing taller and taller, noticing where the balance point is in your feet, noticing that things just become more and more solid for you. Let's bring your head straight on up. We'll let it come forward. Just to roll around. Supported in the center, not as being stiff, rigid, but knowing that you're fully supported. In all the best ways, where you just find balance, where you just find ease. Let's go ahead and change directions with our heads. Any direction your head points, and you can discover that that part of your body relaxes. Your chest, your shoulder, your back, the other shoulder, wherever you happen to be. Things just get easier and easier for you. Bring your head all the way straight on up, keeping that chin elevated. Let's go, let those hands float on up. Fingertips on in, thumbs up, rotate those elbows in underneath, bring the shoulder blades deeper down into the back. You're rotating up, back, and around. As you do, I want you to go ahead and pull your hands away from each other. As you're doing that, you're going to discover that you have more and more space in that shoulder socket. Things can move easier, quiet. I know mine, they get tight. It's like tut, 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 tut. Literally, the tendons, just getting dragged across. And yet, at the same time, as soon as I choose to open myself up, like you can for yourself right now, things just get easier. Smoother, quieter. You may be curious about that. Let's let those hands come floating all the way down, leaving those shoulder blades down, back, and relax. Let those hands float directly on up in front of you, intertwining those fingers, and begin rotating those wrists around, letting that movement emanate all throughout those arms, those fingers, palms, wrists, forearms, elbows, even up into that tricep, and those shoulders. Having fun with it, being curious. Remember all that fluidity that you are. 60%. And as you enjoy that, you can reverse directions. Discovering things becoming easier and easier for you. You're relaxing more and more. You're just simply allowing that motion to occur. Be curious about how much can I let go of? How little does it really take to do this motion and get all that benefit out of it? Just go ahead and begin waving at that right side of your body. Bring those arms on up. Letting them come down through that other side. Continue. Taking nice, wonderful breaths in, letting those breaths out, letting that energy go through your very soles up that other side. Breathing in, once again, filling yourself up more and more. Rising higher and higher. Switch directions. Once again, bring that curiosity to mind. How little do I actually have to do to enjoy this movement, to enjoy my body, to just let things go the way that they should? So we're going to bring those thumbs, pinkies together, thumbs into the sternum, extending straight on out, knuckles on up to the ceiling. Wait a little bit more, back onto your heels. Counter balance play, be curious. And once again, even about that fact of how little effort you can put into things and gain the greatest results. Let that bounce around for a while today. Let that come to mind every now and again. You can easily bring those palms out in front of you. Extend yourself a little bit more, finding those shoulder blades opening up. Noticing other places in your body where things are beginning to shift. You're giving yourself that room. It's not always the place that you're focused in on, right? Everything's connected one way or the other. Let's let those hands rise on up. Go ahead and take a moment, reset those shoulder blades so that they sit comfortably into that back. Go ahead and take a nice deep breath in, and as you do, let yourself rise. It's like waking up in the morning, sun shining through your window. I hear the chickens out there, quiet ones, right? Not the loud, racing. The ones that welcome you to that new day. You can even breathe in that fresh air. A little cool, a little crisp, especially for quiet, right? It's nice to have that every now and again. Take a nice breath in right now. Even imagine that. As you breathe out, let your head just drop back. Take that weight off your shoulders. Find yourself lifting a little bit more, looking forward to your day. You've chosen to begin your day this way, haven't you? Breathe in. As you breathe out with a wonderful sigh of relief, let those hands come floating on down to your sides. Bring yourself down onto our mats on all fours. Hands, knees nice and wide apart. Give yourself some room. Give yourself some space. Wiggle, squiggle, do any of that good stuff. Go ahead, reach your ribs out to one side, your hips out another. Be curious. How do I feel right now? Funny, I bring that up time and time again, don't I? How do you feel right now? Because so often we're not here. We're caught up times in the past. I do it myself. I remember plenty of injuries, bangs, all this, that. Let's begin rotating the shoulders up, back, down, and through. Just taking your own time. Once again, you can move your body in any way that you choose. Extend yourself, open yourself up more and more. Curious about what you're ready to change now. What are you ready to shift? What are you ready to pay attention to? Give some time, some focus to. Let's go ahead and change directions. Once again, bring your mind back to what can I do? How can I do this the easiest possible way to gain the greatest benefit? There's definitely something said about working hard, and at the same time, how much effort do you really have to put into it to make things, to allow things to feel good? Let's go ahead and bring your hands directly underneath those shoulders. And then we'll begin going forward and back. You can bring your head up past your fingertips, your bottom back onto your heels. Whatever you choose.
Go at any rate, any speed. Just being curious. Once again, what's the least amount of effort that I can put into this moment to gain the greatest results? And as you consider that, what muscles can you release? What tension can you just choose to let go of? Why put all that effort into it? Why carry all that load? Why carry all that stress, that worry? Let it go. Go ahead and imagine yourself a cat. Begin rotating around in a circle. You know, I actually changed this the other day. I was thinking to myself as we were going around, wouldn't it be nice to be inside a big ball? And then as you reach up and through, it's like every direction that you extend your body out into, you find the inside perimeter of that ball. Things are easy, comforting. Breathing in, breathing out. You can go ahead and change directions. You choose. Letting your head hang all the way down. Let that head go. Let that head go. It's all right. You'll be well taken care of. It won't go anywhere. But as you choose to relax it, you can find yourself extending, lengthening, reaching even higher. Let's go ahead and bring ourselves directly over those hands. Go ahead and rock back onto your heels. Turn your fingers back around so that they point back towards you. There's enough weight down on. Feel good. Move in any direction you choose. Even considering different directions. Think about all the ways that you've done this time and time again. And realizing that that flexibility is right there waiting for you. Think about those foot circles when you extend yourself just a little bit more. You keep all of that flexibility. You can feel that way as long as you choose to. Remember, you have that. Flexibility, fluidity. Let's go to rock back onto our heels again. Flip those hands over. Come to the back side. Rolling on in through. Remembering to take those breaths. Breathing in through your nose, deep down into your belly. Holding that breath a bit. Letting it go, and even holding that exhalation. Let's go ahead and bring yourself back onto all fours, hands directly underneath the shoulders. Let that head go. Let it go. Let it hang all the way down. Hand it over. It's all right. As you do so, notice how you can feel your spine once again lengthening. Take a nice breath in. Allow your back to rise on up into that cat position. Just go to where you feel things stop naturally. Don't force it. Remember how little effort you have to put into it. And there's a little effort as a breath. Breathe in right now. Lower back, mid back, shoulders, wherever you choose to experience more release. More freedom. More growth. Blossoming from the inside out. That head is hanging all the way down. Allowing you to rise even higher. An interesting thought, huh? That even though it's almost like an anchor pulling you down to that bowling ball, right? It's actually benefiting you. It's allowing you to rise higher and higher. It's lengthening you, opening you up in all the best ways. Ways that you can fully appreciate. Even move your body, shift in any way that you choose to accent that, to allow it to feel even better and better. Breathe on in. As you breathe out, allow yourself to come down to that cow position.
Arch your back, your hips, bring your chin on up, pull your head away from your tailbone. Literally extend all the way through your spine once again. Even as you breathe, you can find yourself extending more, your chest opening up. Allow your vision to rise higher and higher, expand. Something's changed. You really want to change, just allow a warm smile to come across your face. You know the kind, the real kind, where you even feel it in your eyes, right? That's a real smile. That's the thing that the mask actually really unveiled. You know when someone's really smiling or not. You see it in the eyes. Feel that for yourself. Take a nice breath in and allow yourself to rise back in that cat position.
It's almost as if that smile can release so much, create so much. Releasing the tension while creating all that space, all that happiness, all that joy. And all the mind-body connection. It's interesting, it's a two-way street. Go ahead and breathe in, let yourself rise a little bit higher. Don't let you forget. We get caught up, we enjoy it so much. Sometimes we forget to move, huh? We become comfortable. Breathing in. Just breathe out, bring yourself back down to that cow position.
Arch your hips, chin on up, pull your head away from your tailbone, lengthen even more and more. Eyes rising up. Once again, even closed, it doesn't make a difference. You can still feel that shift. A mind-body connection. You know, you don't have to think or feel something in order to get the reaction. Like if you're looking for more happiness, more joy, go ahead and smile right now. You don't even have to think about anything. The fact is that by holding our bodies in different positions, we actually bring those emotions about as well. Take a nice breath in. Bring yourself into a neutral position. Let's go ahead and bring ourselves onto our backs in the foot circles. Here you go, good. You're going to extend that right leg. Nice, long, lean. Left foot up towards your bottom. Push your left foot down into the floor, scooping your pelvis in underneath, your lower back up into the floor. Roll off to one side, get a shoulder blade underneath, off to the other side, get the other one in there. Go ahead and you're relaxing that back leg. Bring those shoulder blades back to where they're supposed to be. You're already getting relief. Bring your hands down by your hips and let your left knee float in towards your chest. Bring your hands up behind it, lovingly, caringly, securingly, not letting it go. And then you can choose to go ahead and just let go. Relax. Enjoy that breath. Enjoy that smile if you choose, that real smile, right? They found that they could actually make people happy just by having them put a pencil in their mouth. And I believe it's when you hold it with your lips, or is it with when you hold it with your teeth. When you hold the pencil with your teeth, it forces a smile on your face. It's like within seconds, you can't help yourself. By putting your body in all these different positions of health, well-being, positions of freedom, you allow yourself to feel that as well. You create that freedom, that happiness, that joy, all by yourself, all for yourself. And at the same time, thank you for sharing. Let's go ahead and extend that left foot. Feel that opening in your shin, ankle, top of your foot. You got that. Go ahead and relax. Keep all that flexibility. Remember that. How easy things should be. Easy as imagine that circle, any color, texture, whatever it happens to be. Tie that big toe on up and let it go for a ride as that circle begins to rotate around. Once again, you bring your mind, your thoughts back to how your body operates. The majority of it we never even know about. The life of us is a good thing that we don't know about it. But if we knew about it, we might mess with it. There's something all kinds of trouble there, huh? It's nice to have some basic knowledge like what we're doing now, but at the same time, if we had to mind our heart beating, if we had to make sure that it did exactly what it was supposed to do consciously, actually had to think about it, that would be life unto itself. That would be it. Can you imagine all the processes that has to happen? Go in reverse direction with the feet. Same thing for our lungs pumping, making sure that we have the right amount of oxygen in our system to support ourselves. How to create chemicals that allow you to relax right now. Relax your hips, your lower back, shoulders, your neck, head, your face. Go, your chest right there between your eyebrows. Go inside. Breathe. Allow your sinuses to expand. That breath just flows in just the right way. Just go bring your left foot down to your bottom. Right foot comes on up. Extend your left leg. Nice and long. Once again, right foot pushing into the floor. Scoop your pelvis underneath. Lower back to the floor. Shoulder blades underneath. Once again, you're relaxing all the muscles down to that back line by doing so. When our shoulders splay out and come around, we're actually extending them further than they need to be. We're making things tighter and tighter. Let's go ahead and bring that right knee in towards our chest, reaching down, up and around behind. Get a good hold and relax. What a wonderful skill to have, isn't it? Now you're stressed, anxious, overwhelmed. Give yourself just a few moments of this. You really change. Consider all the clarity that you've been able to achieve since you've been here. All the mindful ways that you do take care of yourself. Even though it's the most basic, right? All the really important stuff, we're not allowed to touch that. That's like behind the locked door for the most part. It takes a certain amount of knowledge to gain access back there, and thank goodness. Right here, right? Let's go ahead and extend that foot. Give yourself some more flexibility. Relax, keep all of that. Imagine that perfect circle. Hitch on up, go. Enjoy. And that circle just keeps on getting bigger and bigger. Go ahead and hand that process over to whatever's behind that door. Whatever's inside of you. Part of your mind that takes care of all those functions without you ever having to think about it. It's really quite amazing, isn't it? How the body works, how it operates. Even how our minds, our thoughts, our emotions. When you really take time to consider the true normality of it, the awesomeness of it. It's going to reverse directions. And you get to utilize that. You don't always have access to the things of that sort, and at the same time, when you hand things over to those processes, you don't even have to think about it. Kind of like how that foot has just been spinning round and round. How much thought did you even put into that? Just going to bring your right foot down by your bottom. Your left foot comes on up. Push down into the floor. Bring your pelvis in underneath, lower back to the floor. Shoulder blades underneath with your hands reaching out to the sides. And go ahead and allow your knees to drop down into either side into frog pose. Once you're there, once again, I want you to go ahead and scoop your pelvis in underneath in that lower back to the floor. Allow your hips to open up even further. Getting that pelvis into that neutral position. Right? Consider those gluteal contractions if you're doing it in the near future. Time travelers in here, aren't we? So the best time that you travel is the time that you're experiencing right here, right now. Where you can actually do something about it. Where you can have the biggest impact. And at the same time, because you're doing this right now, you're going to be impacting what happens in the future. Because we know that our actions carry on, right? When you think back into your past, so many things that come to your mind, you can realize how much they made you who you are, right? All the memories, all those experiences, all those things that we've done, heard. In some way, they contribute to who we are. That's pretty cool. If you like, you can go ahead and scoop your pelvis in underneath once again. Allow those hips to open up even more. Give yourself some more freedom. Give yourself some more choice, because that's exactly what that equates to. Knowing that all those things that you've done in the past have made you who you are now,
That means that everything that you're willing to do right now will make you exactly what you want in the future. And it seems like you're doing the right thing right now to allow you to have more freedom. Freedom in your health, freedom in your happiness, freedom to be able to walk this world stable, strong, flexible, even graceful if you choose. We all have choices. We all make our own choices. We all have our own ways that we walk this earth. It's good to let your left knee come on up towards the ceiling. Gently come on over to that right hand side. Once you're there, go ahead and you can shift it any way that you choose. You can move your hips around, move your body. Remember, always listen to yourself, please. Please, never restrain yourself. Never hold yourself back in any way. If you feel like you need to move, if you feel like you need to breathe, if you feel like you even have to walk out of the room, go walk down to the beach, whatever. Don't hold yourself back. Please. Make yourself comfortable. Make yourself happy. This is life. Every moment is life. Bumper sticker, right? Go ahead and put your knees down away from your head. Go ahead and scoot your pelvis over towards your right hand. You can turn your gaze over your left hand if you like. Bring your feet back a little bit more. Open yourself up. Breathe on in. Just smile. It's almost like those cheesy pictures where you see the people all jumping and like they're kicking their feet up behind them, their arms are all splayed out, you've got that big old smile on your face. It's like, eh. You can just choose to relax at the same time. Choose to find any position that feels right to you. Listen. What brings that joy, that happiness? In real life to you. Just go bring that left knee on up towards the ceiling. Gently let it on, open back into frog. Scoop your pelvis underneath if you like to. Bring it back into position. Let that right knee come on up. Gently come off to that left hand side. Moment, shift, relax, breathe. Do what you gotta do. Like you can even drop a pebble here and there. You know what I mean? Find a place where you find some tension. Find the center of where that is. And just like that lake. Beautiful lake. That beautiful body of water. You drop a pebble into it. That it sends waves of relaxation emanating all the way the length of your body. Just let go and enjoy that. Feel yourself sinking even deeper into your mat. Be more and more comfortable. Beautiful day it is, huh? You start out breathing in, reaching that smile. Go ahead, shift your hips over towards your left hand. Pull your knees down away from your head. Extend, reach. And once again, choose to leaping, dancing, simply lying there and breathing. You have all the choice in the world. Good, bring your right knee on up towards the ceiling. Open on up into frog. Your left knee can come on up. Come over to that right side. Go ahead and move at your own rate and speed. You go back and forth, back and forth. Then you can just take your time. Listen to yourself. Consider what it is that you came here for today. We'll get around to that whole intentional eye thing. Always use that as your guide. Alright? Whatever you come here for. How do I want to feel? bring your knees both on up towards the ceiling. Then float on in towards your chest, wrap your arms up and around, give yourself a big old hug, you deserve it. Roll out side to side, you can roll those feet around. Notice all the ways things are feeling better and better. You can even imagine yourself in the bed and waking up in the morning with that sun coming through and reaching up to give yourself a big old hug right then and there. Why would you want to start your day out that way, huh? Not to be selfish or anything, but this is about you. This is your life. You can't live anyone else's. You know, we can help each other the best we can, but you literally can't live someone else's life. They choose what their life consists of. Just bring your hands in between your knees. Grab the outside of your feet. Put yourself back into a happy bay. It's time for you to make a choice. At least to be curious. Why time, attention time? Why are you here? What do you want to get out of it? Find 9 times out of 10 when anybody fails at anything, it's because they don't have that. They don't know their why. They don't follow the real intention. It's like having a map and like parts of it are blanked out. You're supposed to get from here to there and you have no clue, and then it starts back up miles down the road. Don't know how to get through that terrain. Especially if it turns rough, rugged, unsightly. You're not going to have too much motivation, are you? More they can bring that why to mind right now. Why you're here. Why are you here? See if you can find a little bit more focal point rather than, well, I want to get healthy. Why? I was helping a woman, she came to me for weight loss. She knew that she had some weight to lose. Let's go ahead and bring our feet on down to our bottom. And we'll go ahead and we'll extend our right leg nice, long, and lean. Go ahead and make sure you got those shoulder blades underneath your back, hands reaching out to either side. Extend that foot a little bit longer. Imagine that beautiful lake, pond, whatever it may be, just down below you, the water. There. Reflection, like a beautiful mirror. Maybe you see everything that you choose to see in that reflection. With a smile on your face, you can go ahead and reach your foot and slowly swing it on over towards your left hand. Just brushing the surface of the water, send out those ripples. Feel those ripples. Allow yourself to relax even more. Just enjoy being able to breathe, let go. Give yourself a moment here just to literally melt. Feel good. Well, this woman, she knew she had to melt a little bit. Now, she's been doing it for years and years, you know, dieting here and all out of it, backward. Finally got her to answer that question. Why? Why do you want to do it? Turned out her husband had been a really hard-working man their entire life. This is an older couple, both retired. She felt that to make sure to be able to repay him, she wanted to be able to take care of him so that he can enjoy the last part of his life. Let's go ahead, extend that right leg a little bit longer, let it swing on through that leg on whatever it may be. It's right there. You can just literally feel yourself creating a little chill. I don't know. Extend your left leg longer and longer. Imagine that water. Slowly swing that left leg over towards your right hand. Beautiful, isn't it? In the way the sun glints off of it. Touches your eye. Feel like you can turn your gaze to your left hand, wring your body out. It's good, doesn't it? To open yourself up.
You can extend your left leg a little bit longer. Pull your hand away from that leg. It's up to you. She wanted to be there for him. She wanted to make sure she could repay that gift of love. Not repay. We know what we're talking about. And once she had that in her mind, everything became so clear, so easy. And eating right, that wasn't hard. It's pretty basic, right? You find out the nutritional value of food. You eat what you should. Just go ahead, extend that left leg. You wouldn't allow it to come on down through. Keep that image of that water. If you choose, bring that left foot on in, extend your right leg. Go ahead, move at your own rate and speed. Take whatever time that you want. You can just simply lie there in one position the entire time. Listen to your body. Be curious about it. What do I need right now? What can I do myself? How can I serve myself in the best way right now? And maybe the best way to be able to serve yourself is by taking such utter care of yourself that you can help serve the people that you cherish, that you love, that you care about. Talking about service from the heart, right? I don't know. Everybody has their own whys, their own reasons. I hope you discover yours. I hope you realize yours. You have all this time. You give yourself this time to find them, don't you? To listen to yourself. And sometimes it might be hard. I don't stop talking. How am I supposed to listen to myself? You're talking all the time. The wonderful thing is, there is that space. In between. Where you can. Feel good right now as you bring both of those feet on up towards your bottom. Go ahead and let those knees come on in towards your chest once again. Give yourself another big old hug. As much as you want. Pull it on in. Breathe on in. Roll side to side. Roll those feet. Notice all the ways that you are feeling better and better. Discover all the space that you choose. Feel like you can choose to bring those knees, those feet up over your head, reach in any direction that you like. Simply lie there. You can assume any position that feels right for you. So again, attention time. Why are you here? What do you want to get out of it? And I mean, really, why? Why is it important to you? You always got the company in line. You got to be healthy. You got to exercise. I got to tell you, that comment right there actually bugs me the most. When I spin staff, spin fire, right? So I walk every day with my practice staffs. And people say, oh, that looks like great exercise. I tell you, it's not exercise at all. It has nothing to do about exercise. It's about being able to move my body in a way that feels right. Literally being able to manipulate energy, to manipulate an object, to let it fly, to have a life of its own, just like you. Nothing about exercise. We all have our own ways to do that, don't we? To create energy, to create life. Happens. When you realize that when you have something that you're passionate about, that drives you, it's a wonderful thing, isn't it? It's good. Slowly begin rocking forward and back. Massage your spine out and out. Go ahead and take a few times back and forth. Let yourself relaxing down onto it. And then allowing yourself to roll on up into a sitting position. On here, a few breaths, whatever you need. There we go. Bring yourself all the way on up. Grab yourself a drink. yourself behind the chairs. You'll have that right foot forward. Left knee back and behind. You're going to go ahead and just scoop that pelvis underneath, shoulder blades down and back, chin on up. Again, we're stacking all those joints one on top of another. If you like, you let those eyes be wide, scratch your next breath in, smile. As you let that breath out, let yourself come on up in that triangle position, keeping an arch in your back, chin on up, let that chair slide on forward. And even with your chest comes down between your shoulders, you can keep your chin up if you like. Let it come down. Listen to yourself, and you can pull your right hip back away from the chair. Let the left hip come on in, and let that action continue on and on. Free at those hips, free at that pelvis. Let those glutes go. That lower back, those obliques, psoas muscles. So many places that you can choose just to relax with a simple breath. Breathe on into it right now. Breathe out, let go. Notice what shifts. Be excited for even more. Remembering that the less effort that you put into things, especially when it comes to what we do here, the easier it becomes. I'm telling you to be lazy or anything like that. So you're going to take a nice breath in. As you breathe out, allow yourself to come down into runner stretch. How about that right there? Good. Bring your chest on in, chin on up. Bring your eyes a little higher if you like. You can smile. Chest got to even more relaxed. Your abdomen, your hip flexors, your thigh. Let yourself arch a little bit more if you choose. Shoulders coming back. So many different places that you can bring your attention to. Notice what stands out to you. Notice where you're ready to feel better right now. Open yourself up more. Maybe it is just simply that smile, that real smile. When you feel it in your eyes. Maybe just get a little brighter, a little easier. Not such a big deal. It just rolls right off your shoulders. As much to where you can actually roll that shoulder in underneath. Let your left hip come underneath you, looking over your right knee. Into that IT band to those ribs. Hip, thigh, knee, all the way down through your very soul. It's all connected, isn't it? And as you bring more health, more happiness to your day, to your life, start your day off right? It's like that morning stretch. You smell that cool, fresh air. I mean, it's nice, isn't it, when we have those rains? It's like it prepares everything, washes it all off. Fresh new day. It's like that day that you're giving yourself right now. Let's go bring yourself back in a runner stretch. Keeping your back up. Extend that right leg. Rotate off to your left-hand side. You're going to lock those knees on out. Take a nice breath in as you breathe out. Allow your chest just to drop down. Let go. Hand that head on over. Let it go. Didn't care. No worries. Discover that your spine lengthens. You create that space in between each and every vertebrae. Longer and longer. Allowing all the right things to happen. Good. Put a slight bend in your knees. Bring your hands on up to your hips, leading with your chin. Bring yourself all the way on up to a staying position. Rotate your feet slightly outwards. Let your pelvis come underneath, your chin on up. Let the shoulder blades relax down the back. Smile and let everything just settle on in. Go ahead and walk your feet on back together. Step back into a standing position. Reverse that one, huh? Bring yourself back in behind the chair. Left foot forward. Your right knee's back and behind. Once again, you scoop your pelvis in underneath. Shoulder blades down and back, chin on up, eyes high, wide, expansive smiles. Let that caught. Let yourself feel good. Drop the towel. Extend on up into a triangle. Keep your back arch, chin on up. Smile on your face. Let that chair slide on forward. It just makes it easier. It's like the little WD-40, right? You spray a little bit in there and things just smooth on out. It's funny. It is. It does make you laugh. While you're here, you can pull that left hip back away, right hip comes on in, free those hips. Give them all the flexibility that they need. Let them move in any way that they choose. Support you. Carry you through all those terrains, up, down, rocky, uneven, smooth. You find that by having that flexibility, that you don't worry about things near as much. It's nice not having that, isn't it? So that you can take care of yourself, do the things that you need to do, get where you need to go. Just gotta breathe in, breathe out. Release back in the chair, coming down into a runner stretch. Right foot sliding back, chest coming in on through, chin on up. Eyes wide, expansive, high, smiles. Breathe. Relax your chest, your abdomen, your hip flexor, your thigh, your knee. Uh-oh.
I might get up every time. I'm sorry.
Oh, what happened?
I was
You all right?
Woo! Second time already. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and bring that right hip underneath. Looking over the other side. I'm going to have to keep an eye on you guys. Good. Isn't it fun that you can do different things? And you get yourself in different positions and you can come out laughing. Perfect. That's how life's supposed to be, right? Thank you for that. No. Let's bring yourself back in a runner stretch. Extend that left leg, keeping your back up. Rotate off to your right hand side. Good. Lock the knees on out. Take a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, allow your chest just to drop down in between your legs. Hand that head over. Let gravity take care. Find yourself lengthening more and more. You're going to take your right hand, bring it over to your left foot. Open up to those ribs, take a nice breath in. Breathing out, let yourself settle in a little bit deeper. Bring your left hand over to your right foot. Bring it to the left ribs. Anywhere else that you choose. You can twist, you can move, you can breathe, you can smile, you can relax, you can let go. That's just a few of the options you have. You have countless. See what shows up for you. Bring yourself back to neutral position. Bend in your knees, hands on up to your hips, leading with your chin. Bring yourself all the way up to a staying position. Turn your feet slightly outwards, let your pelvis continue in underneath. Shoulder blades relaxing down, back, chin on up. Smile. Let it settle. Put it all in its place. Wonderful. Bring yourself back to a standing position. Walk those feet on in together. Awesome. Go ahead and grab a drink of water. We'll begin the yoga. You go down. No bother. No bother. All right. Let's go ahead and walk yourself down. We'll bring yourselves out into downward dog. Once you're there, you can go ahead and reach your hips out, your ribs. Go ahead and march on out. Go ahead and bring a little bit more energy into things. Allow yourself to extend. Allow yourself to enjoy your body just a bit more. Then you go ahead and imagine big old balloons tied to your tailbone. They can be blips, any character that you like, right? That Thanksgiving Day parade. No, that's right around the corner, isn't it? And as you do so, find yourself actually lifting up onto your toes. Find yourself getting lighter and lighter. More stretchy, reaching.
Go ahead, bring your hands together, thinking about what position you want them in for that push-up, right? Or when we drop down into that cobra position. Place your hands right where you want them to be. Your fingers slightly out, turn so that they face out away from you. Bring yourself forward in that plank position. Rotate your elbows in. Bring your chest down. Ride those elbows. Once you're down, hands down by your chi-chis. Go ahead, push down into the floor. Your shoulder blades drop even lower into that back. Rise on up into cobra. By having the hands lower down before we come into position, down and lower onto the chest, that gives you that room to drop those shoulder blades down, reach up even higher. Pull your head away from your tailbone. You can turn your knees out if you choose to open up your abdomen even more. Go ahead and bring your gaze up to your right hand side. Go ahead and bring it off to the left. Forward all the way on up. Extend. Feel that through your throat. Find your voice. Allow yourself to breathe a little bit easier. Open up that chest even more. And as you breathe out, bring yourself all the way down. Take a moment to reset. Readjust. Make everything's right where it's to be. You're going to press your hands down into the floor and back, pressing yourself back on up into that downward dog. So basically a lever action. Keeping your hands in closer towards your chest, pressing down into the floor, keeping your elbows in towards your chest. That actually allows you more leverage. It presses you up. If your elbows go out, it's not going to be near as strong and supported, right? We've all seen hinges when they've gotten bent out. Chairs, you know what I'm talking about, classical chairs and stuff. Don't work so well. So you're going to bring yourselves forward in that plank position. Rotate those elbows in. Ride them all the way down. Take a moment, press down into the floor, drop the shoulders, rise on up. Pull your head away from your tailbone, turn your knees on out, lengthen even more. Take a nice breath here, and as you breathe out, allow yourself to settle or extend, whatever feels right, support your body. Bring your gaze up to your right hand side, forward to your left, forward, all the way on up. Once again, lengthen all through that throat. Find your voice, find that breath. As you breathe out, bring yourself all the way down. Once again, take a moment, settle on in. Get yourself comfortable. Pressing down into the floor, hinging back into that downward dog. Feel your hips lifting even higher. Feel yourself reach this way and that. Feels good, doesn't it? You're going to bring your right foot up to your right hand. Your left foot's going to rotate. Your right hip comes in underneath. You bring your hands back, activating your core. You rise on up into Warrior One. Take a moment here, push those feet down and up. Lock yourself in. Find that foundation right now. Root yourself in. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and dive down through. Hands in close together. Rotate those elbows in. Ride them down. Press those hands down into the floor. Shoulder blades down back. Rise on up. Bring yourself all the way down. Reset. Press down and back into that downward dog. Hips up high. Feel that extension through your hamstrings. Good. Step forward with that left foot to left hand. Right foot rotates. Left hip comes on in. Really make sure that hip's in underneath you. That gives you so much support. Activate your core. Rise on up. Warrior One. Lock yourself in. Feet push down and out. Literally down and out. Feel yourself rooting into the floor by doing so. You create that solid foundation so that at the top you can move easily and naturally knowing you have that support. Let's go ahead and bring yourselves all the way down. Ride those elbows. Remember, experiment with that. Play with that. Hands down, press down, rise on up. Discover where you can put your hands. Play around with it. Move them out, move them in closer. The easier position that you find means it's going to be the healthiest for you. Bring yourself down. Reset, activate your core, push down and back in the downward dog. Raise those hips. Go ahead and bring your right hand over. Right foot at the right hand. Left foot rotates. Hips on in. Activate your core. Rise on up. Lock yourself in. Get yourself set, which allows you to easily move into Warrior Two. Feel that foot foundation, that rooting. Go ahead. Flip your front hand. Bring yourself back into Reverse Warrior. Being in this position, relax your right shoulder and let it drop down a bit more. Feel that opening, that extension all through those right ribs. Right elbow down to our right knee. Pull your head away from your left foot and your right shoulder. So literally it lifts up away from the rest of the body. Let your left hand rise on up and feel yourself being lifted. Now in this position, you don't want to just collapse into that right elbow. You don't want that shoulder up in your ear. You want the whole body to be open and extended. All these positions that we work on. Let your right hand come down to the floor. All these positions are about finding space, finding freedom inside of you, being able to support yourself. Go ahead and take a nice breath in. As you breathe out, the left hand comes up, over and forward. No matter what position you are in, you have that strength. You have that stability. Activate your core. Bring yourself back into Warrior Two. Let's flow on through. Hands in close together. Rotate those elbows in. Ride them on down. Shoulder blades down the back. Rise on up. Bring yourself down. Reset. Press down and back. Rise on up. Those balloons lift you higher and higher. You feel that extension all the way through your back, your hamstrings. Step forward with that left foot to left hand. Right foot rotates, left hip comes underneath. Hands back, activate your core, rise. Lock yourself on in. Feel good there, solid, planted. Bring yourself into Warrior Two. Flip that hand, bring yourself back into Reverse Warrior. Left hand back to the left ear, that left shoulder relaxes. Let it go. See how much you can really open up those left ribs. While at the same time, being in a state of strength. Bring your left elbow down into your left thigh. Pull your head away from your foot. Shoulder, reach on up, grab them balloons. Find yourself rising higher and higher. Always looking for more space. Think about it right now. What can you do in this position where you can have more room in your body? Where do you feel yourself being compressed? Go ahead and let your left hand come down, supporting yourself, and discover maybe it's that shoulder. Roll that shoulder back, that hip back, roll that knee up. So many opportunities to feel better and better. Breathe in. As you breathe out, that hand comes up, over and forward. Pull that right hand, that right foot apart from each other. Open up through those ribs. Take a nice deep breath in as you breathe out. Bring yourself back into Warrior Two. Just go and dive back on in. Let's take another ride all the way through. Ride those elbows. Rise on up. A little bit quicker this time. Same time. Bring yourself all the way up into Downward Dog. Just breathe. Step forward with your right foot up the right hand. Left foot rotates, hip on in. Activate your core. Rise on up. You know what to do. Lock yourself on it. Moving to Warrior Two. We're going to go ahead and we're going to flip. Bring yourself back into reverse. You're going to bring that right hand all the way down to the ground. And then your left hand is going to come up, over, and forward. Now forward extended. Activate your core. Bring yourself back into Warrior Two. And we're going to go ahead and flow all the way through. Rotate those elbows in. Ride them on down. Rise on up. Cobra. Longer and longer, huh? Bring yourself down, reset, activate, press down and back. Step forward with that left foot to left hand. Right foot rotates, left hip on in, reaching back, activate your core, rise on up, plant yourself on in. Moving into Warrior Two, easily, naturally. You flip that front hand, you bring yourself back into Reverse Warrior, and then you bring your left hand down to the ground. Your right hand up, over, forward. Pull that hand foot apart from each other. Forward extended. Activate your core. Bring yourself back into Warrior Two. Straighten that front leg. Come on up and out of it. Good try, guys.
It's Monday. It's Monday.
Okay, so we gotta keep moving with that time so that we can make sure to get everything in. So bring yourself on back. We'll get right on into those gluteal contractions. So you can go ahead and you can pull yourself up nice and tall, same position as you were up against that wall at the beginning. I want you to close your eyes for just a moment here. I want you to imagine yourself back in that frog position. Imagine yourself lying on the floor, your pelvis tucked underneath,
Lower back to the floor, your shoulder blades down and back, your chin on up a little bit higher. Imagine those hips being relaxed. Letting gravity do all the work for you. Notice how things just open up for you right here, right now. Finding all that comfort. Go ahead and activate just the lower glutes, scooping the pelvis in underneath, bringing it into that neutral position. Keeping yourself pulled up nice and tall, making sure where the weight is in your feet. Keep back on your heels, all right? Go ahead and relax. Wonderful. Again for 2. Relaxing those hip flexors. Really making sure that those hip flexors are relaxed, released. You don't want your thighs activated. By keeping the weight back on your heels, it actually makes it even easier. You're literally creating like a little stool. I find myself when I'm standing in lines, if I create that stool, I can literally just sit down into my haunches. You ever heard that expression, sitting into your haunches? Go ahead and relax. And for 3, build a stool. You got build a bear, you got build the buttons, build a stool. And that way you get to just kick back and relax. Fantastic. Go ahead and release. All right, bring yourselves into the pendulums. Grab with both hands. Bring that base up, in and behind. Once you're there, activate those glutes, activate the core, chin on up, relax those shoulders down and back. Literally, let those hands relax even deeper. Like you're reaching for a scratch at the top of that zipper. Once you got it there, go ahead and allow that mace just to swing side to side. Like gravity, pull those shoulders down. Like gravity, relax that whole back line. Once again, our shoulders aren't meant to be up and in our ears, up in our chest. They're supposed to be down, back, and relaxed. We're letting gravity bring that positioning back into your life. Go ahead and let it come to a standstill. Reset. Go ahead and pull the mace in towards the back of your head. Extend those elbows out. Open up your chest. You can even bring your gaze up a little bit higher. Even imagine waking up once again in the morning. That sun coming through your window. That cool, fresh air. Take a nice breath in. Feel yourself opening up even more. Go ahead and relax. Bring your hand back around. Face around safely. Go ahead and switch hand position. Top to bottom, bottom to top. Keep yourself pulled up nice and tall. Bring that mace in around behind. Activate your glutes. Activate your core. Keep the arch out of your back. Chin on up. Let those shoulder blades relax down the back. Let it swing. Let gravity take care of you. Be thankful for that. Huh? Gravity's a pretty cool thing. Keeps us grounded. Allows you to feel better and better when we know how to use it right? Fantastic. Let it come to a standstill. Reset. Reactivate. Pull the mace towards the back of the head. Chin on up. Open up that chest. Let those shoulder blades drop. Feel that whole lower back opening up, relaxing. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and reach back and around behind. We'll bring it forward. We're going to be going right into those squats. Remember, keep those glutes activated. So even right here, right now, pull yourself up, relax, release everything, activate your lower glutes, keeping that pelvis in underneath, giving yourself that seat. We got the spring activated one. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take a ride. Keep your weight back on those heels. Imagine yourself on that seat. Actually dropping down on in. Reactivate it, bring yourself on back, switching out to the side, and just keep that stool right there. You know the ones like they have in garages and salons and stuff, and it's like you get to go for a little bit of variety. You create all that for yourself. Finding that thing to become lighter, springier, even getting to enjoy that. You can even imagine that chair for yourself. What would it look like? What would it feel like? And as you bring your eyes up a little bit higher, literally bring them up higher, notice how much easier things get. I mean, even how you can visualize that. Imagine that chair doing all the work for you. Let's go ahead and relax here. We're going to be stepping right into that series. Real quick, I'll go through it. Once again, we're going off to the right using the pelvis. So it's not a back bend here. We're not doing that way. We're going to bring that pelvis in underneath, giving it all the flexibility strength. Coming back in for 2 squats. Boom, boom. Curl. Overhead. Tricep. Overhead. With your ear. Tail across, tail down, moving to the left. All right, so let's begin. Stepping off to the right, pull yourself up nice and tall. Remember pelvis time, let's go. Step off to the right, set feet apart, activate your glutes, bring it down for 1, 2, set, curl, overhead, tricep, overhead, with the ear, tail across, tail down, step to the left. We're going to step out to the left. set. Activate your glutes, coming down for 1, activate, 2, set, curl, overhead, tricep, overhead, weight to ear, tail across, tail down, set to the right. Wonderful. Scoop on through, set, activate for 2, for 1, activate those glutes, keep them tight, and 2, set, curl, overhead, tricep, overhead, weight to ear, tail across, tail down, set to the left, scoop on through, set for the squats, activate glutes for 1, back on those heels, imagine that stool, set, curl, overhead, tricep, overhead, weight to ear, tail across, tail down, relax, all right, go ahead and put them off to the sides, nice safe place, no nose traps. Once you got that, once you got it, go ahead and bring yourself over to your mat back in the child's pose. Thank you, ladies. It's really nice of you to help out. You bring yourself in. Hips nice and wide apart, knees nice and wide apart. Let yourself settle on it. Give yourself a moment just to notice all the ways that you're feeling better and better. That's right. Really appreciate what you've done. What you've done for yourself. What you've been able to achieve. The time that you gave yourself. Let's go wipe yourself out to that right hand side. As a matter of fact, now I want you to think about 3 things that you're grateful for. 3 things that bring a smile to your face. Joy your heart, make everything worthwhile. You know the bumper stickers, you see it over and over and over again. Sometimes you become oblivious until something really brings it to your attention, right? Kind of like this could be the last day of your, the rest of your life, or, you know the ones. They're true. True to the point, and yet at the same time, we see it, hear it, think about it so much, or don't think about it very much, that it becomes trivial, that we forget about it. Here's your moment to remember that. Remember what you are grateful for, why you're here, why you keep on going. Go ahead and wipe yourself off to the left-hand side. And as you do so, you can think about 3 fantastic ways to enjoy that, to bring more of that into your life, huh? And what do you choose to do today? What are 3 things that are just amazing that you get to enjoy today, that you get to create? What kind of life do you get to create today? I hope you're electrified, excited. Bring yourself all the way back in child's pose. Enjoy some more of that. Reach a little bit further. You can do that cat again. Feel your hands reaching out one side and then the other. Bring yourself all the way up to all 4s. Take a nice deep breath in and let yourself rise on up in that cat position. Let your head hang. Enjoy all that life. Daily affirmation time. As sure as the sun is going to rise tomorrow, right? You know the thing. It's kind of like that bumper sticker, except this up. Because you do it over and over again, it seems like it hits a little bit more, doesn't it, right? How certain are you that the sun's going to shine tomorrow? Are you dang certain? The same certainty that you know that. Use that for your daily affirmation as well. I am. Whatever you choose to be. Do that right now. I'm giving you that time. I want you to say that affirmation to yourself in the same tone of voice, in all the same ways that you would say to yourself, I know that the sun is going to rise tomorrow. Notice how that sounds. Even better yet, how does that feel? Good for you. Bring yourself back onto your knees. Let your hands rise on up above. Rise, extend, blossom, grow. Bring yourself back to that state of grateful, cheerful for yourself and all this time, all the things you've done for yourself to continue to feel healthier, happier, and all these wonderful people that join you for that journey. Take a nice deep breath there, breathe out, let those hands come floating all the way down to your sides. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. What a great way to jump into the day, into the week. I hope we enjoy the rest of it. Good.